I think that you have thought about it enough. I think you have mulled it over enough. And today is your call to action, to start, to begin the journey that you feel in your heart, in your soul, in your mind, that you have to go in. But, of course, it could be scary. It could be daunting. We could be unsure. Are we are we right about this? Are we wrong about this? And I totally understand. I've been an overthinker for a large portion of my life, and it does control you. And today, I want to pass on a couple things that can hopefully help you in that can get you to start to actualize your dream, or the visions you have. Maybe the first one might not be it. Maybe it's the second or third, but we have to start. As an overthinker, what is our objective? Overthinking, you're really trying to mitigate pain, failure, shame, embarrassment at all costs. Factor in every detail as much as I can to avoid it. The irony is that number one, we can't factor everything. It is impossible. It's important to factor in some details, of course. You don't want to go in blind. But there comes a point in our thinking process that we are just not able to compute everything. Therefore, we're going to miss something. And if we start to sit on the ideas of things that we're missing, then leads us to more inaction, because then we have to wait for that answer to come to us. Number two, overthinking. Typically, from my experience, from dealing with my clients, and again, I don't like calling them clients because to me this is deeper work for me. This is divine purpose for me to help you guys do this, to help you integrate yourself. So I hate calling them clients, but it's just the way that we can understand who I'm speaking about. But even with the clients that I'm working with and my own personal experience, overthinking predominantly will stem from a place of failure. We're afraid that if we don't make this happen, that we are in some way proving somebody right. Maybe it was an individual in your life. Maybe it was a father figure, your mother figure. Maybe it was a friend. Maybe it was classmates. Maybe your bullies that have cast this title onto you. And you're sitting there and you are doing whatever you can. You're working hard to make sure that does not happen. It does not come to fruition. We are pegging every moment as life or death. And it's the narrative we've lived by. It's a story we have lived by. We've ingrained that story. The first and foremost important thing to understand and know is that your stories can be changed. You do not have to live with that story forever if you do not want to live with it. But there comes a couple things you have to do first. All three channels must be aligned. What are those three channels? Your past, present, future. Your past is your shadows. The traumas, the memories, the complexes you live by beneath the surface of your conscious mind that are bubbling and they have personalities of their own. If we don't contend with them, if we don't bring them to the conscious awareness and tackle them, and by tackling, what you're doing is meditating on them if you need to forgive, if you need to let go, make peace. And once you've done that, you can let go of the stories that you do not need anymore, they don't serve you. And then you can integrate, accept areas of you that are just you, and that's okay, and that's fine. And in fact, maybe it's brought you to where you are today, more resilient, consistent, disciplined, empathic. And then you can reinterpret and reimagine your life moving forward. That is one aspect of past work. Then you have present work. What are the day-to-day actions that you're going to be doing that's going to move you closer and closer to that vision you want and the integration you want to have? And then, of course, your future, setting out a vision for your life. Not something you are completely consumed by. You want to have some wiggle room in case things change, but you, of course, need to have a vision. Today, I want to talk about the daily. I often talk about past work in my videos. or future work. I want to talk about present work. The first thing you want to know is that you want to remove from your mind this all or nothing mentality. This, if I don't do this now, that's it, it's done. That is not the reality. You have multiple chances, multiple attempts at things. Because if you really think and reflect, times you have failed, a couple days go by, maybe a couple weeks go by. If you really think about it, nothing bad happened. Or maybe if it was bad, you were able to move on from it. And maybe you were stronger, and maybe you learned something from it. But either way, you were able to navigate through it. And oftentimes, what we've overthought was not actually what happened. And so the first thing is, know that it's not make it or break it. You have multiple attempts. That's number one. Number two, change doesn't have to happen immediately right away. The best way to interpret change, and again, this is something that has worked for me tremendously during my identity loss. And this allowed me to become a black belt in jiu-jitsu, winning multiple provincial titles, taking third place at the World Championships with Team Canada, and then opening a six-figure business. This was a place, and I had identity loss to deal with, identity crisis, I didn't know who I was anymore. And so I'm saying this from a place of experience, and I've also seen this happen and work for my clients as well. It's the small incremental steps you do every day that feel ridiculous and they feel useless. But compounded over time, it's going to change everything. You don't see it because it's small until one day it's big enough that you can. And so I want to share with you my daily sandwich. The daily sandwich starts first with your morning routine. The morning routine can be anything you want. But the essential aspect of a morning routine starts with, number one, when you wake up in the morning, no cell phones, no nothing. Do not bring in external stimulus. You create yourself a sacred space in your room or anywhere in your house where it's private to you. You sit there, take a couple deep inhales, deep exhales, just to kind of wake up from that night, from the long night of sleep. And then bring yourself to a place of calm, relaxed energy. Once you're there, now you want to tackle what are your daily activities you're going to do. And I don't mean, I want to get this chore done or get this done. I mean something more towards the integration aspect. So I will give you my morning mantras. The first thing I ask for my morning mantra is to stay emotionally agile. Allow myself to feel emotions when they come to me. Do not suppress them or ignore them. Allow them to flow. If something is upsetting me, allow that to come through. If I'm angry, allow that to come through. Not control me, but be aware of it. And then always make sure I have a state of calmness with me. And the next thing I do is always tell myself, if there's something within my unconscious mind that I need to contend with, I'm going to bring it forward into the conscious mind and deal with it with curiosity, adventure, love, compassion, and a firm hand. Leave no stone unturned. Therefore, my soul can be expressed through the ego as authentically as possible, which is what we really can only aim for, being as authentic to yourself as possible, while still factoring in the livelihood of yourself, your family, your friends, and the community as a whole. And then you live out your day now. You go about your day and you make an effort to keep peripheral vision on what you set out in the morning. But they must be something deep. They must be something along the channels of your past, present, future. Maybe perhaps you are always angry and you want to tell yourself, today I'm going to make an active effort to pay attention as to what is making me angry and why it's lingering for so long. And I want to allow myself to ride the wave of that anger and work my way down to a calm state again. Because oftentimes emotions are going to be pathways and gates to the unconscious mind, and they link to traumas. They link to memories. Complexes are emotional knots. And the emotions are attached to maybe abuse, maybe neglect, maybe bullying. Whatever it is, it's attached to something. And oftentimes we need to build awareness of that emotion, contend with it, and then it'll trail it down to what you actually have to deal with at a deeper level. Then the day goes on, you live out your day, and when it comes time to the nighttime reflections, it is now time to reflect on your day, and you want to congratulate yourself even on the small things. Maybe there was one instance where you typically would get angry at, and it would last for 4 hours, but this time it lasted only 2 hours. Now, it may seem trivial and stupid and dumb, like, oh, I didn't really squash anger altogether, but that is, if you take that approach, self-discovery and integration will take forever, because you are judging and criticizing, and you're going to shy away that spirit that wants to come through, that calls for healing. And so curiosity, adventure, love, compassion, firm hand, always when it comes to nighttime reflections. And of course, if there are areas you could have worked on, you want to build awareness of it. Do not confuse yourself and lie to yourself and say, well, that wasn't my fault. I mean, that person did this to me. He deserved it. You want to be honest and upfront and say, you know what, I did act in a way I shouldn't have in that scenario. And of course, I felt instigated, and that was wrong on him, but there was something wrong I did as well. And I want to try to be a little bit better for it. But overall, that's okay. I think I did what I could today. You want to always leave it on a good note. Always leave it on an uphill. Never leave it feeling like you're bashing yourself for it. In the small things. Now, what's going to start to happen, that's why I call it daily sandwich. You have the top bun, the middle condiments, and then have the bottom bun squished together. As you do this day after day, you're going to be revealed information. Certain emotions are going to stick out more. Certain memories are going to come in more. And then you're going to start to know over time what things you want to start to tackle as your daily mantra. And again, they can't be just money related or materialistic. It can't be that way, because all these things will come when you actually move into an integrated self, where everything in your unconscious is as much as you can revealed to the conscious mind. Because know one thing. If your past is not contended with, it warps your present and your future. It's like a mirror at one of those carnivals, I guess, like a clown mirror. It warps it. And you'll be chasing something, and then one day you'll look and you go, I don't know why this wasn't who I am. I don't want to be this person. Because often, when we are unaware of what's going on below the conscious mind, they have personalities of their own. And they will hijack your ego and get you to pursue its bidding. And so you want to contend with it. And if you don't contend with it, like I said, everything you're going to be doing going forward is going to be through a foggy view, foggy lens. And so try that out. Practice the daily sandwich. And of course, if you wanted more information on these topics and you want to be a part of a community that works towards integrating, you just click that button below. It'll send you over to my website, and you sign up to my monthly newsletter. And then I'm also going to send you my 3-step identity rebuilding guide as a way that you can use to navigate that time if you're going through identity crisis right now. And then on these monthly newsletters, I'll be sending you all things related to my rule of 3. And the rule of 3 is to rebuild purpose, rediscover who you are, and move towards an ego-integrated lifestyle. Because I'm under the belief, because I've done this for myself, and I'm witnessing it happen with my clients, that the first purpose in your life could be to integrate, to clear all 3 channels, leave no stone unturned, because when you then do that, you have internally aligned yourself, and you are going to feel energy coming out of nowhere, and it'll both feel domestically made, that you created this energy, and also foreign. It feels outside of you, the realm of God, the realm of the universe. And then when that happens, your higher purpose will come right to you. But there must be that work done first before you get that message. And it's happened with me, and I'm witnessing it happen to the people I'm working with. And I'm so excited to share this with you. So thank you very much, and I'll see you on the next video.